This commission says it's going to start in July with a discussion. I don't hear that happening. It's been, the next mayor's got to make sure that we address that problem. And the last thing I got to say is, I'm still working for UPS. I got to punch a clock in 35 minutes. It's going to be tough to get there in time. So I thank you for the opportunity here, but I'll tell you, if I'm elected mayor, I'm quitting that job and I'll be working for you 24/7.
As the board member for TNT, I have to clarify. Because this room is filled with people who need an answer, is everyone here willing to work with TNT going forward? Yes and no?
Yes, yes, that should be yes across the board, or we wouldn't be sitting here tonight. Next question?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amir Gathers. I'm a product of the city of Syracuse, product of the city of Syracuse School District, graduate of Albany, University of Albany, and Hudson Valley Community College. With that being said, my question to everyone that's up here, regardless of who wins, everything that has been named tonight, everything that is in the pamphlets that have been handed out about what you want to do for the community, regardless of who wins, if it's not you, will you still be willing to push forward and move forward with whatever it is that you want to help the community, the city of Syracuse? That is a yes or a no, no explanation needed. There has been very much poor attention to detail when people say yes or no. Just stand up and say yes or no, that's all it is.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Next question?
How you doing? My name is Cliff Ryan Jr., co-partner with Cliff Ryan Sr. with OGs Against Violence, and United Society of Mentorship that's up and coming. My question is, there is a forgotten society of a lot of individuals that's incarcerated, and whether or not any of the candidates has come across the issue of welcoming home these individuals, and whether or not they devised a plan to create any programs to welcome them back into society to help them become a better and more productive member of society.
Juanita, do you want to take that one?
Yes. I had to quit my job to run for mayor, but for a number of years I was the regional director with the Department of Labor. And one of our programs was the Workforce Success Program, which is specifically geared to ensure that there's a pathway for those who've been incarcerated to come into the community and to be given a skill set or some training and to be put into a particular role where they can be productive to the community. What we found was really keeping many of these individuals from actually coming into the workplace was that the training and the support was happening much too late. So this particular group that I've been working with was actually starting these relationships while men and women were still incarcerated. And we began to work closer with the local jails and the local correctional centers. And the Department of Labor actually now has a program where 6 months before someone is about to be released, they start these connections and they start working closer with employers. So I know those relationships already. I have worked with many of those employers in this city and this region. It's a program that works. It keeps people from going back into prison, and it keeps them with their families and those who are taking care of them. And I intend to support those programs when I'm there.
Thank you. Last question?
Hi, I'm Teacher Holmes and lifelong resident here, own my home on Ostrander. And it's kind of like a comment, but it's really like yes or no. But I'm gonna take it to my coworker. She had her child, 2 children, both young, credit horrible. Tried to buy a house, can't afford it, but she pays $1,200 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment. And like, I can't remember who said it, but you're wasting money or losing money on these homes that's just sitting here when she could easily pay rent to the city. If it's possible to create a program for these people who have horrible credit that they can actually pay, and eventually in 5 years they can own a home. Paying taxes, doing something with that property. And also the No Child Left Behind Act. I say that was the greatest thing ever to keep all of us behind. My daughter's cousin, asterisk next to 65 or 55, whatever the lowest grade is, and she keeps going up. She's in the 9th grade. And she has failed from the 3rd to the 9th. And what are we going to do about that? This one, like I said, my coworker, she's working overtime, makes too much for PA, makes too much for help. But like, what is she going to do? Her children are raising themselves. So what are we supposed to do with those people in our community? And that's the majority of the people out on Strander.
Great point. Thank you. All right. Well, for the sake of time, thank you all tonight for coming. You want to answer that, Lori?
I just want to respond
Okay, go ahead.
to the previous question. Thank you, Marie. In a previous school district, one of my responsibilities was administering the education for incarcerated youth. So I was in the jails where my students were incarcerated. If you look at the people who are incarcerated and look at their educational background, by and large, you're not going to be surprised to find that many of them have dropped out of school. High school dropouts. We have 40% of our students dropping out of high school in the Syracuse City School District. It is unconscionable. So if you want to talk about what we're going to do for incarcerated youth, the answer is to prevent them from being incarcerated in the first place, and that's to ensure that they graduate with their cohort, college, and career ready. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
It's also dealing with a significant issue of lead in Syracuse, and children that have elevated levels of lead in their blood are 700 times more likely not to get through high school and end up in incarceration and in a life of criminal activity, and that's something we can identify and deal with.
Well, if we had an enhanced rental registry program in this city, we could stop the lead from affecting our kids in this pathway that you're talking about. There's so much more we could do.
But to your last point that you talked about, the young lady who has the apartment paying $1,200, that is by design. It is by design to keep people in this community impoverished. It is by design. When I become mayor, we will change that.
Thank you all so much for attending. We appreciate you. This is one of many forums that we will conduct on the South Side. So as the pool narrows down, we'll invite you back and actually have a debate. So thank you all so much, and thank you to the community. Good night.